The girl who borrowed my camera. The streets of Boston glowed with thousands of tiny lights as the city's annual winter festival came alive. Adrian Walker, a 31-year-old travel photographer, wandered through the crowd with his vintage camera, capturing strangers laughing beneath the snowfall. He believed every photograph had a heartbeat, but after a painful breakup 2 years earlier, he had stopped believing in love. As he adjusted his camera near an old fountain, someone accidentally bumped into him. The camera slipped from his hands. A young woman caught it before it hit the ground. She smiled. "I think your camera likes me." Adrian laughed. "I think it just met the right person." Her name was Elena Brooks, a 28-year-old elementary school teacher who had never owned a camera but loved collecting memories instead of things. She admired Adrian's old camera. "It's beautiful." He handed it to her. "Take one picture." She looked surprised. "Are you sure?" "It chooses good people." She smiled and snapped a single photo. When Adrian looked at it, he laughed. The picture wasn't perfect. It was slightly blurry, but somehow it captured more emotion than any photo he had taken all year. Before leaving, Elena handed the camera back. "I hope we meet again." "So do I," Adrian replied. Days turned into weeks. Adrian couldn't stop thinking about the girl who had taken the imperfect photograph. Then one Saturday afternoon, he saw her again at a local farmer's market. She was buying sunflowers. "You found me," Elena smiled. "I think the camera did," Adrian answered. From that day on, they spent weekends exploring Boston together. Adrian taught Elena how to use different lenses. Elena taught Adrian to stop looking through the camera sometimes and simply enjoy the moment. One spring afternoon, they drove to a quiet lighthouse on the coast of Maine. The ocean stretched endlessly before them. Elena pointed toward the horizon. "Promise me something." "What?" "If one day we stop taking pictures, I hope we never stop making memories." Adrian gently took her hand. "I promise." Months later, Adrian received an invitation to become a photographer for an international travel magazine. The job would send him around the world for years. It had always been his dream. But dreams sometimes ask difficult questions. The night before he had to decide, Adrian invited Elena back to the same fountain where she had first caught his camera. The city lights reflected across the water. He reached into his backpack. Instead of another camera, he pulled out a beautifully framed photograph. It was the very first blurry picture Elena had taken. Across the bottom he had written, "The perfect picture isn't the sharpest one. It's the one that changes your life." Elena smiled through tears. Adrian slowly knelt on one knee. "Every journey I've ever wanted to take feels incomplete without you. Elena Brooks, will you spend forever making memories with me?" She laughed softly, tears rolling down her cheeks. "I thought you'd never ask." 1 year later, they were married beside the same lighthouse where they had made their promise. Every guest received a small disposable camera. Instead of hiring photographers, everyone captured their own favorite moment. At the end of the night, Adrian looked at Elena and smiled. "You know, you still take better pictures than I do." Elena laughed. "That's because I never learned to focus on perfection. I only learned to focus on you." As the sun disappeared beyond the ocean, Adrian lifted his old camera one final time. He didn't photograph the sunset. He photographed the woman who had turned every ordinary day into his favorite memory.